Hey, Brian from SnakeBytes here. We're in Toronto, Canada for the Canadian Reptile Breeders Expo. The first thing that stood out to me is some of these cool displays that people are having. No doubt there's some differences between the Canadian and US shows. We're going to show you some of those things. You're watching SnakeBytes. Being that this was BHB's first trip to Toronto, Canada, it was truly amazing how different the reptile show was up there, and it was incredible to meet all of the people that came out to support us. What made this show a little unique was we weren't there just to vend snakes, but I had the chance to give a talk about what makes the reptile hobby so cool. And of course, when you're at a show like this, you know it's all about the animals. One of the cool things about these reptile shows is they actually sometimes incorporate fish people as well. It's kind of cool to see that crossover between fish and reptiles. After all, we're all animal lovers. With your hand down, you know I'll break your arm. See your veins, like Satan's charm. And with that charm, you will live your last days. And all the irony, yeah, all rolls away. When you laid me down to the last blood, just to realize that you played the fool.
Now the show isn't all about reptiles. They have short-tailed possums, they get a bunch of fish. Not only that, they have everything you need to take care of these animals. They have aquariums, terrariums, racks of all shapes and sizes. Everything you need to properly care for your pet, they got at this show. Come in here, buy it, leave, you're good to go. I'm here with Lori Dunn, wildlife artist. She has some incredible artwork. Lori, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Thanks, Brian. I'm actually, I have a zoology background. I started out as a zookeeper. I was a zookeeper for 14 years. I left that to pursue my artistic goals, and my basic area of interest and expertise was reptiles and amphibians. So I choose to focus my artwork on those animals. So I belong to an organization that donates proceeds of my artwork to various conservation organizations.
Make sure to check out the website down below to check out all of Lori's awesome artwork. And remember, part of the proceeds go to wildlife conservation, so you're going to be doing the right thing and getting a cool piece of art at the same time.
Another awesome thing about the Canadian Reptile Show is the apparel they have here, the time and effort they put into it. Take for instance this Kimura wear. It's amazing, sick, wicked shirts. It's appealing for everybody, men, women, children. It's awesome. The presentation, amazing. Another aspect of the show that you don't see all too often is they have amazing amounts of plants, all kinds, cacti, carnivorous plants, and I keep telling Brian, we need more plants in the shop. We need more of a jungle feel. We need that atmosphere.
I'm Mark Mandick from Marcus Jane Ball Pythons. The show has exceeded my expectations. You know, it's still, you know, this industry is in its infancy in Canada right now, and we're used to having one-day shows in like banquet halls or whatever. This is a true show facility, and it's been good. You know, the people here are very serious, they're very knowledgeable, and they're here to buy snakes. I think as Canadians, we try harder, okay, because we have to, you know, because it's always, you know, the reputation is all the big breeders come from the States, and there's the prestige in buying from the big breeders. So we have to create our own kind of niche And although we don't have the quantities that are being produced in the States, we tend to focus more on quality because, you know, we don't have the big facilities and whatever, and it seems to be paying off.
Hi, I'm Craig Stewart from the Urban Reptile. I'm fortunately very familiar with both markets, and reason being, we do a lot of sales in the U.S. In fact, we probably do more business in the U.S. than we do in Canada. And I think a lot of that has to do with where we've positioned our companies sort of on the higher end, more investment scale type of reptiles. That, of course, that market in the U.S. is very well developed and has lots of momentum, whereas here in Canada, it's just starting to gain momentum and really pick up now.
Chew on this.
Alright guys, we had an awesome time in Canada. The only problem we had was coming back. Not on the Canadian side of the Sarnia-Port Huron border, but the American side, trying to get back over into our own country. These guys were the most disrespectful, rude, unintelligent, pig-faced, cop wannabe, cloth badge, lazy, single pieces of I have ever seen in my entire life. They treat everybody there like Listen, I'm sorry that your mother didn't love you. I'm sorry that you were picked on as a kid growing up. I'm sorry that you're fat and lazy. But it doesn't mean you gotta take it out on us, your fellow citizens. All I gotta say to the American side of the Sarnia-Port Huron Border Patrol is go yourself. Alright guys, Cal's question of the week. Now, obviously we're here at the Canadian Reptile Show, and everybody knows the stereotypical reptile keeper. Long hair, tattooed. What we've noticed here is the everyday family man that keeps reptiles. I want to know what you guys think of the stereotypical reptile keeper. And let me know if you guys had any stories about being stereotyped yourself. Text or video comment below.
So there it is. We're basically wrapping up the show. We had a great time up here in Toronto. We can't thank all the supporters. There were just tons of people that came out, hung out with us, and had a really good time. Not to mention the vendors and even the promoter of the show. No doubt this show is going to be long-lived, and anyone that's in the area needs to make sure they get out to it. Until next time, this has been Snake Bites.